Hello, this is Patrick at OneCNCWest, and what I'd like to do in this video is demonstrate how you can use the Extrude Boss command to change the shape of geometry in ways that you may not have even expected. All I'm doing here is I'm just grid point snapping some wireframe geometry. Ultimately what we're going to do is we're going to extrude this into a solid. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can just to show you that we're starting from just a basic solid model. Let's see if we can make this a little more interesting. Let's make some tangent lines. And we'll zoom in, hit the letter X on the keyboard to go into our scissor trim. That looks good. And let's say that is going to be the basics of our solid model. So let's head over to the command manager, extrude curves. And again, this isn't a tutorial on how to create a solid model. It's really on how to use the Boss command to change the shape of a solid model. And just one last thing, why don't we create a chamfer? 30 thousandths chamfer is fine, just to make the part a little more interesting. Alright, so here is our solid model. Let's say that we've created it. Typically it's probably going to be more complicated than this, but let's say now that for whatever reason we found out that the actual length of the part is longer. We need to make the part longer. How can you do that? Well, you might think, well, typically what we'd want to do is delete everything, start from scratch, recreate the wireframe geometry, reproject the solid model, and so on. But we can do things like changing the length or width or shape of a solid model by using the Extrude Boss command. Let me demonstrate. Let's say that our part needs to be 2 inches longer. So all I'm going to do is create a parallel line that's 2 inches from this right edge, just like that. And I'm going to need to make another modification as well. Let's say that this side here is actually up, how about 750 thousandths. So again, let's use our parallel offset. I'll make this 750 thousandths. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly go into the trim tool. I'm going to hit Control T, and that's going to take us into trim 2. That way I can quickly select these shapes. I'm going to select this diagonal line, select that line. When you're using trim 2, you're actually just digitizing what you want to keep. I'm going to trim this line to that line right there, and let's trim this diagonal line to there. So let me quickly just hide the solid model. I'm going to select it by hitting the letter S, then left clicking, hit the letter B on the keyboard. Can you see this shape that I've created right here? What we're going to do is we're going to use that shape to modify the solid model, and we're going to do that by using Boss. So let's head over to the command manager and let's go into our Extrude Boss. That looks good. We're going to just left click that shape. I'm going to drag it down and I'm going to snap the very bottom of the solid model. And once I've done that, OneCNC has changed the shape of the solid without us having to completely go in there and recreate the geometry. Why don't we get rid of our light blue geometry for just a second? We no longer need that. I'm going to select by color and hit delete. And then we can recreate that fillet by going into our model tools, then selecting fillet. Standard fillet, and I believe that was 250 thousandths, so 0.25. We'll click OK and just grab that edge right there and right click. Alright, so in this quick video we took a look at how you can change the shape of the solid model using the Boss command. It's a very versatile tool, and I think it's underused. I think people only think that you can just create a boss from it. Okay? Hey, I hope this video helped out. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.